Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here to talk about a Carlos King. Carlos King with a little bit of love and marriage because I thought I was going to be doing the review on love and marriage. It feels like more of this is going to be about Carlos King or maybe both. But anyway, y'all, you know Love and Marriage DC came back on and I never really reviewed it last year. I wasn't planning on reviewing it this year. Who knows? I may not. I don't know. But one thing I said when I saw this show this past week, I said, ooh, Carlos King. Carlos King is a bully puppet master. He really is, y'all. He's so messy. He loves a bully. He loves a bully. Y'all, let me tell you something. He went out and got a new couple this season for this show. And who did he go out and get? A bully. He went out and got another bully who can jump on Christina at the schoolyard. Your deck was already stacked, Carlos. There's only 3 ladies on the show: Christina, Kobe, and Latoya. And Latoya and Kobe don't even like Christina. So you already had 2-on-1 last season. That's what made it so lousy last season, because all they did was sit around and fight all the time. But what does the bully master Carlos King do when you already have a 2-to-1 fight? He goes out and gets another bully. He done got this new lady. What's her name? What's this new lady's name? Kimberly. You know Kimberly's a bully when you first come on the show and you already got beef with Christina straight out the gate. Show ain't even been on but 15, 20 minutes and you already talking bad about Christina. And to come to find out, what's the problem, girl? What's the problem? What's the beef? Come to find out, it stems from a beef over 10 years ago, y'all. 10 years ago. And I said, okay, 10 years ago, it must have been really, really bad. What'd she do? Cheat with your husband? What'd she do 10 years ago? Were you still mad 10 years today? And the girl says, oh, because Christina's not really good with reciprocity. What? Reciprocity? You mean you did something for her and she didn't do it for you? So you said, okay, I don't want to be friends with her no more. That's fine. That's fine. That's what most adults do. But now you still got a beef with her 10 years later, and now you coming on national TV to air out your beef and go at her neck from episode number 1. Carlos King knows how to turn out these women. I tell you, he's like the pimp of bullies. He's like the pimp of bullies, the puppet master, the pimp. I don't know what you want to call him, because he has a knack for spotting them. He has a knack for looking at women and say, you know what? You a bully out here in the real world. And most of the time, people don't like bullies. Most of the time, people don't want to give bullies a spotlight because it's the wrong thing to do. But I'm Carlos King, reality TV king. And what I'm going to do for you, bully, is I'm going to give you a platform. And let me tell you, the only reason people don't like you is because they're jealous of you. I guarantee you, as this show goes on, this Kimberly girl is going to say that people are jealous of her. Because that's what fuels bullies. Bullies start to think that the reason people don't like me is because they're jealous of me, but the reality of it is they're just bullies. This is just some bully. Carlos King loves a bully, y'all. He's becoming like the Tyler Perry of reality TV. You know, you ever watch a Tyler Perry movie and you're like, you know, Tyler Perry gonna act in it, he gonna produce, he gonna star in it, he gonna be the producer, the writer, the director. He gonna do it all. And that's what Carlos King is doing. And what we tell Tyler all the time is you need to get from in front of the camera, having to do so many roles, and hire some people. And that's gonna be my advice to Carlos King, because right now all his reality TV shows are looking alike. It's just bully behavior. It really is bully behavior. And then he brings in these ladies, because right now this Kimberly lady, she ain't really on the cover. She can't really say she's part of the ensemble. So she's trying to earn her role. I'm telling you, he like a pimp of the bullies. Girl, come in and earn your keep. You got to earn your keep. You got to come in here and bully somebody. And who are you going to bully? You're going to bully the person who's already getting ganged up on, which is Christina. Just so you can earn a spot, just so you can make some money. Y'all getting turned out. These people out here are getting turned out by this bully puppet master, Carlos King. He loves the bully. That's why he loves Dr. Heavenly so much. And then he always be up there running up underneath Kenya Moore and everybody else. He loves a bully. I don't know if it's because Carlos King got bullied so much when he was in high school. Who knows? Or was he the bully? Was Carlos King the bully in high school, or did he get bullied and now this is the way he comes back and takes down bullies? Because he sure does lift up the bullies and let them fall. That's one thing he does. He'll bring all the bullies on his TV show, pump them up, tell them they're the queen, you this, you're that, pump them up. Then those bullies get so outside of themselves, they start puffing up their own heads. Next thing you know, the network's got to come take all the bullies down because Carlos King done come around and told them how much of a queen they are. Girl, you a queen. People better stay away from Carlos King. He like the pimp of reality TV women. Because if he ain't going to make you a bully, the other thing he going to do is tear up your marriage. That's for sure. He going to tear a marriage up, hook or crook. I mean, think about it. On this show, Love of Marriage DC, it's done come back. We find out Christina and Brandon aren't even together no more. So we already know Christina and Brandon aren't even together no more. So honestly, a good storyline for them all year would have been watching them work out their marital problems. Maybe they go to counseling together. Maybe you see them working through things. That would have been a good enough storyline for them. But instead, what Carlos King says, no, I don't want you just to have marital problems and the stress of marriage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 other women come along and gang up on you at the same time. Woo! Carlos King, he does not care. I'm telling you, just like a pimp don't care about his girls out on the street, Carlos King don't care nothing about these people. He doesn't. He's pimping them for money. He don't care about how low you go. He don't care about how your lives get torn apart. He's doing it all for himself. You see, he like to be everywhere now. He ain't just behind the camera no more. Now he got to host the shows. Now he got to have a YouTube channel. Then he got to go on other people's shows talking about other reality TV stars. Carlos King is overexposed. He really is overexposed. He needs to go sit down. I know he was trying to outdo, what's the guy over there on Bravo, Andy Cohen. I know he was trying to outdo him because he was always jealous of Andy Cohen. He was jealous. Let's admit it. He was jealous, probably still is, of Andy Cohen. And now Carlos King is running around here being the pimp of these reality TV women, breaking up marriages, piling on to all they suffered and pain. Christina got her hands full with Brandon because Brandon is a hot mess. And we find out Brandon been a hot mess since they was married. Since the wedding day. Who knew? Christina should have never married him. But you know what? When there are 2 people who want something, who are overlooking everything else, this is where you get. Remember I told y'all, what was I doing? Love is Blind. And I told you that the girl on Love is Blind, her name was Sabrina. She married the guy named Steven. And I told everybody, Sabrina is selfish and self-centered. And that's how she got scammed by the guy on that show, Steven. This is Love is Blind. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the same scenario with Christina and Brandon. Brandon was not marriage material. And there was red flags over the place. So why did Christina, in that moment, go for a Brandon? You know why? Because Christina wanted to get married. And Brandon wanted to have sex. That's all it was. Christina wanted to get married. And Brandon wanted to have sex. So Brandon wanted to have sex. So he knew in that moment he had to really butter up Christina. He had to chase her hard. He had to go hard in the paint. He had to pull out all the stops. He was working outside of his natural self. He was doing everything he could because he wanted to sleep with her. And then what Christina had was she had an image of the perfect man. And what all Brandon had to do was pretend he was going to be the perfect man. And then she would say, good, I'm going to get what I want. And then you'll get what you want because you just want the cookies. And that's going to be marriage. That's how they got here. That's how they got here. It's the idea of thinking, I don't have to look at anything else. All I have to look at is what I want. I don't have to evaluate the man. That's what Christina did. This man, let me tell you something. They separated. Christina's living in her own separate house. This man comes over to visit and brings his laundry and Christina takes it. Girl. Really? This what you doing while you broken up? He can just walk over and hand you all his dirty laundry. It ain't even in a laundry basket. It ain't even separated by colors. And you take it into the laundry room and you're like, fine, I'll do it. Girl. Brandon sit on here talking about he was already planning a divorce with her because he's not happy. He's not content. We saw last season he wasn't happy and he wasn't content. And he looking at her talking about, I can see you ain't happy too. Neither one of us is happy. How long they been married? I think they've been married a long time, y'all. At least 13 years or something. I forget how long they've been married. They've been married quite a while. And His whole thing is he says he doesn't feel like Christina accepted him for who he was. She don't. It's the truth, Brandon. She don't accept you for who you are because once she got to know you, she knew she didn't really like you. So therefore you have to change for her to like you. You see what I'm saying? Christina married this man before she realized if she really liked him. Once she realized she don't really like him, she said, oh, you're going to have to change for me to like him. Nah, girl, that's what you should have done before you married him. Before you married him, you should have figured out, do you like him? But all Christina was doing before marriage was trying to close the deal on a husband. That was her number one goal. Her number one goal wasn't to get to know the man, to figure out does she like the man. It was based on all these other things. Is he cute? Does he make money? Is he chasing me? These are all the fake things people chase marriage over, and it's not a cornerstone of marriage. I know why Christina went after Brandon. She probably thought he was cute. He was fine. He was chasing her. He had a little bit of coins in his pocket back then because he was doing all the music producing, whatever he was doing. And she was like, yeah, and I got him on the hook because I told him I'm not having no sex before marriage. And he said, that's fine. Let me get down on one knee. In what, 4 months? 4 months and propose? Please. Please, please, please. So when Brandon sits over here and says he doesn't think he's enough, he's right. You ain't enough because you don't really like who you are in your genuine self. And you know who else don't like you? Your mama. I hate to tell you, your mama don't like you. Your mama don't like you, Brandon. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe you look too much like your daddy. I have no idea what it is with your mama and you. But I'm going to tell you right now, your mama could tell you she love you all she want. And she could tell you that she is a straight shooter. But that mama don't let up off that gas or her foot off Brandon's neck, not for 1 second. Not for 1 second. He over here living with his mom, sleeping on the couch. The mom is like, damn, you back again? I thought I got rid of you the first time. Now you back. That mama don't want to have nothing to do with Brandon living up in her house. Brandon said to that mama, we're not getting divorced. And that mama said, well, at least not yet. Dang, mama, don't be so negative. Brandon said, yeah, I think Christina looked at me as she didn't really like who I am. And she looked at me as a project. And mama said, yeah, I can see that. You just like your daddy. Woo! You just like your daddy. She didn't say it, but that's what she was saying. Yeah. That mama was saying, yeah, I can see that. You just like your daddy. When I got to do everything for you, cook for you, clean for you. And it's true because Brandon sat out there and brought Christina his laundry. Christina got 2 whole kids to take care of. And Brandon brought her laundry over, like I said, not even in a laundry basket, not even separated between darks and lights. And he didn't bring no liquid detergent, nor no a Downy or nothing. Nothing. With no shame in his game at all, y'all. No shame in his game. That mama said, your dad was like a child too. That's why I had to get rid of him. That's why I'm on Christina's side. I know why she wants to get rid of you because you like a child. Brandon says, well, mama, I pay all the bills over there. I pay all the bills. And all she got to do is take care of the kids. Woo, not no more, Brandon, because now Christina's getting a check from the pimp, Carlos King. I told y'all, Carlos King loves to weaponize a bully. So what he did was he said, come on over here, Christina, because I think, honestly, y'all, I think in the beginning, Carlos King envisioned that Christina was going to be the bully. I do. I believe that Carlos King envisioned that it was going to be Christina was going to be the bully. And she was going to be more like the leader of the show, the star of the show. And these other women, Kobe and what's her name over there, LaToya, and her messy husband, Anthony, were going to be the supporting roles. But we all know what happens on Carlos King's show. When Carlos King appoints a queen on the show, because he's deemed her as she's going to be the queen. She's going to be the one that I want to be my bully of the show, who's going to be the one, keeping the show going. What happens is all these other, princesses around the queen want to take down the queen. So they start coming for the queen. And I think what happened was, that's what happened to Christina. I think it was a concerted effort for Messy LaToya and her messy husband, Anthony, to come after both Christina and her husband, Brandon. And then we had Kobe joining in on it too. Piling on. That's what they call it in football. It's football season. piling on. That's what they started doing. And really, Christina's plate is full. She dealing with a man not only bringing the laundry, she dealing with a man that at their wedding day was checking out other women at the wedding. Talking about that's what men do, check out women's bodies and stuff. On the wedding day, Brandon, come on now. Brandon, this man got problems. You know you're in trouble when you do wrong and you don't even see the wrong in what you do. Right? There's an old saying, you learn right and wrong in kindergarten. You learned everything you should know. Now as adults, we're supposed to be just trying to follow what we already learned. What Brandon is telling everybody is, I never even learned it. I never even learned I was supposed to be checking out other women, bridesmaids, my wife's friends at a wedding and commenting on their bodies. I never learned that. So not only do I have to be taught that that's wrong, then I got to be taught not to do it. That's too much work. Like that mama said and Christina says, you a project, and I really don't even know if you a project. And this whole idea that you paying the bills, so what and what for? You see, this is what happened with Christina married Brandon. You see, she never looked at who Brandon was. She only looked at these superficial things which women out here look for in marriage. Can he pay all the bills? Is he fine? And does he have good sex? That's all they looked at. And now we got a man that don't treat her right. Okay, I did a video over there with Dr. Brian versus Cam Newton talking about low functioning, high functioning. So Brandon was the man that made a lot of money and was cute, good looking, right? Guess what he is? Low functioning because he treats her horribly. Okay, I did a whole video there. Go there and watch it out. It was the Cam Newton video versus Dr. Brian. Low functioning, right? And what Brandon says is, because I'm cute and because I got money and I can pay all the bills, what I can come into this relationship as low functioning. That's what empowers him. I'm paying the bills and I'm cute. So I don't need to bring you the high functioning. That's what I'm telling you, ladies. Men are substituting being high functioning, which is treating you right, for the fact that you're cute, that they're cute, and as a result, women are going for it. Women are picking men over money and are they cute, and they're not looking at how these men are treating them, because there's no reason why Christina should have married Brandon in the first place. If he was doing all this on the wedding day, she should have gone from the altar to the divorce court. That's what she should have done. She said, you know what? I'm not signing this marriage certificate, or rip it up. Don't even file it. Because you got time. You got time. You had that marriage ceremony. You signed the marriage certificate. But guess what? They didn't file it yet. They did not file that marriage certificate yet. You might have got a license, but you didn't file that marriage certificate. Or you should have ripped it up and said null and void. Null and void. So now we got messy Carlos King bringing on this new couple, Kimberly and her husband, Marsau. You can tell Kimberly, she just want to be a star. She all in the mess so far. She's doing too much too soon. Too much Kimberly too soon. You could just tell. She's creating all this beef with Christina when it really shouldn't be nothing there. You too old for this. You too old to still be mad at a woman 10 years ago because she didn't give you reciprocity. Whatever, girl. Just, that's fine if you don't like her, but just change the nature of your relationship. And then you got Messy, Anthony, and LaToya. I think Carlos King thought Christina was going to be the bully, but it's turning out that the bullies are Anthony and LaToya. And let me tell you, you might have two female bullies, because Anthony and LaToya, they a bully couple together. And LaToya like to bully Anthony too. That's what he's always complaining about. He's always complaining about that LaToya bullies him. LaToya is the real bully of the show. I'm going to tell you that right now. She and Anthony are the real bullies of the show. I don't know if Carlos King knew that when he cast her, but she's absolutely the real bully of the game. She likes to do dirt and then hide her hands and act like she's so above it. She's so pristine. LaToya and Anthony act like they so highfalutin, and they sat here and served their guest dinner on a coffee table. Girl, y'all supposed to be so highfalutin, a doctor. Y'all come from this prestigious family. LaToya's supposed to come for money. And you mean to tell me you invited this couple over, Kimberly and her husband, Marsau, and you served these people dinner on a coffee table and a couch? You ain't got no dining room table in that house? Nothing? And they got to hunch over and try to cut this, I don't know, what's that steak they was trying to eat, and a potato or whatever else, with a knife and fork hunched over on a coffee table? That's ghetto, LaToya and Marsau. I'm surprised they didn't I'm surprised they didn't feed them on some paper plates. I didn't look too good, but who knows? Maybe it was some elevated paper plates. Was it real dishes? Was it real porcelain? Was it real china? Or did they make these people eat on that little elevated throwaway paper plates? You know, the one that ain't paper, but it's plastic, so it's a little elevated. You use it at the weddings. Is that what they fed them on? The highfalutin Anthony and Latoya? They ghetto. I don't care how much money they came from. They're ghetto. I know Anthony's ghetto from Detroit. He ghetto. He's ghetto. You could tell he's ghetto, and he thought he was coming up when he married Latoya. But come to find out, Latoya, she ain't got too much class. Latoya tried to act like she got class, but I'm telling you, serving somebody on a coffee table, on a couch, a three-course meal, not 3 course, but whatever, a steak with a knife and fork. I already tell you right now, you missed a few things in etiquette class. You missed a few things. And then you got Anthony coming here as soon as Christina comes in, calling her names, calling her the pink poodle. You was probably jealous of the outfit you probably want to wear, Anthony. The truth of the matter is, you probably want the outfit. Why the first thing you noticing about her is her outfit? Don't get turned out, Anthony, by Carlos King. Don't get turned out. Don't just let the women get turned out. And Anthony over here talking about, I want in, Carlos. I want in. Put me on your roster. I can be messy too. Can't stand Anthony. Can't stand them as a couple at all. I don't know. We're going to have to give Colby a break this season since she's pregnant. Good for them. Congratulations. But then she said her husband trapped her on his birthday. Girl. Colby always the victim. Now she's the victim of her own husband getting pregnant. Colby, girl. Colby don't never take responsibilities for her part at all. She don't ever say sorry, nothing about her part whatsoever. Christina had that meetup with her at the coffee shop. Colby couldn't give her no hug, couldn't shake her hand. Christina sat there and apologized to her, really fell on her sword, was really humble, said, I apologize, whatever, let's make a new start. And Christina sat over there and acted like she didn't have no part in it. There was nothing she did wrong. She's the complete victim. Victim, 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 victim. Russell got his hands full with Colby. That's why Russell don't listen to Colby. See, when you always the victim and you always, crying wolf, after a while people tune you out because they just know that's your personality. And I think that's what Russell does to Colby. There may be legitimate times that Colby's in distress, but because Colby always claims to be the victim no matter what the situation, Russell just tunes her out and does whatever the hell he wants to do. That's why she always over there mad, talking about he don't listen to her. Because you're always the victim. It don't have no meaning to it. If you're always dialing 911, sounding the alarm, after a while, it just becomes background noise. No one ever really listens. She's always the victim, and she don't ever have nothing to apologize for. Now she blames her whole pregnancy on her husband, saying that she was trapped by him. And she's saying that now she really hopes that she gets a boy because the boy will love her and her daughter's a daddy's girl. She's over here basically saying that she wants her own child, the one that's going to love her, because her daughter is too much of a daddy's girl. What? Girl, you sit here on national TV basically almost saying you didn't even want your daughter. You don't like your daughter like that. I know she's going to say that's not what I was saying, but that's how it comes off. That's exactly how it comes off. She acts like she's in competition with her daughter. And that's what I'm saying. Always the victim, always want the attention. We over here dealing with it with the Braxtons. Any of y'all following the Braxtons with me? We dealing with a mother who likes to have all the attention, who also in a lot of ways competes with her own daughters. This is how it starts. Colby is already competing with her daughter for the affection in the family, either of her husband or whatever the case may be. And she's already deemed that her daughter is her competition. And so now what she wants is she wants a boy to be on her team. Let's see this dynamics in another 12, 13 years. Let's see what this daughter grows up, how she grows up and how she feels. With a mother who's in competition with her, who said on national TV, she wants a boy. Christina went beyond saying, oh, my daughter's a daddy's girl. That's one thing. But see, this is what happens with daddy's girls. Mothers can then start to be in competition with their daughters. They can start being in competition with their daughters when their daughters are daddy's girls, because the mothers become in a lot of ways a little bit jealous of the daddy's girls. They do. You see, we see, like I said, we're watching the Braxtons, we're watching the mother, how she treated Tracy, because she was, in a lot of ways, she was envious of the relationship Tracy had with her father. And let me tell you, once there's a divorce, it can get even worse. So Christina's already setting it up. She's already setting up to be in competition with her own daughter. And why is she doing it on national TV? Because she getting pimped out by the king, the bully puppet master of Carlos King. Carlos King. Somebody need to pull Kobe aside. Someone needs to pull Kobe aside and say she needs to stop this now while this daughter is young, before she creates a dynamic in her household that becomes a horrible one later on. Because I already see the signs of it. I really do see the signs. Ladies, be careful of those mothers who try to turn you against your fathers because they didn't get along with their daddies. And they really wanted you to be on their side. That's what they wanted. They wanted you to be on their side. So they had to turn you against your fathers. Be really, really careful. There's a lot of that going on. We're seeing a lot of it play out in these reality TV shows. We're seeing it on the Braxtons. We're seeing that this Kobe right here, this side begins. You ever wonder where it begins? It begins right here. A lot of times we're looking at these shows and it's later on in the life of the woman when she's older. But if you ever want a glimpse on how it starts right here when a mother says exactly what Kobe just said. That she wants a boy because her daughter's a daddy's girl and she's the one that wants to be loved. She wants allegiance to her. And that daughter, in a lot of ways, is showing allegiance to the father and she wants allegiance to her. And so that's why she wants the boy. So already what she's done is she's already sort of put herself in competition with the daughter. She's already put her daughter in this bucket. And it's not a good bucket in her eyes. It's not a good bucket in her eyes. So this is where it begins. Ladies, mothers, be careful. Don't do this. Do not do this. But that's it, y'all. That's what I got about this show. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.